Welcome to the show once again. We're very happy to have you with us. Good to see you.
Before we start, you know, it's mid-afternoon in America, so if you could watch your language, it'd be nice.
Okay, yeah. Trying to learn me lesson. I mean, to the worst person for that.
How did that game feel for you?
Really good. It was a fun game. I think when you always focus more on the organisation without the ball, we know that with the ball we're going to have the chances to win games, and I think that was the key for us tonight.
Sensational again. How do you keep doing it at your age? I'm in awe watching you up there. And it's not just the 30, 40-yard ball that you sprayed across the field. It's your energy. It's your work rate to defend and attack as well. How do you do it at your age?
Thank you. I think, you know, I'm young, so I got a lot of energy, so that's the main thing. But playing in a good team gives you confidence. I think you guys know that. I think the manager giving me that freedom to play, you know, how I see it really. And, you know, I'm going to make mistakes, but I think the main thing is that when nights like this come along, that, you know, I put in performances that help the team win the game. And that's
can I just ask, sorry, what is your best position or your preferred position?
I'm not really sure, to be fair. I think it kind of depends on the way the team's set up. All good? You throw me off it. Did you just get that? No, it depends on the team formation, the way the team want to play. I think here, defending as a left midfielder, rolling inside is nice because you have obviously the freedom when Vinny goes wide as well. So it doesn't really matter to me. I try and give whatever I can in whatever position.
You've had a little thing with, let's say, with Manchester City over the last couple of years. You played them quite a lot. The thing that's really stood out to me, not just the quality of Real Madrid, we know that you've got that, but the physicality right across the pitch against Manchester City. And normally that's the strength of the Premier League teams when they play, you know, maybe a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or Bayern Munich. I mean, how did you feel? Like, did you just look so superior, you know, in the first leg and the second leg? Yeah,
I think that's a big part of the game now, you know, that physical side. I think to play so many games for one and then play against Premier League teams in Europe, you have to be ready physically, you have to be robust, you have to be kind of, you know, different kind of ways of winning games. You have to have them, you know. I think technique will get you so far in these competitions, but you need to be able to run and compete, you know.
Can I just ask you about this stadium? This stadium is magnificent.
Brilliant.
First time I've been here since obviously it's had the revamp. What's it like playing here week in, week out with the crowd, the energy?
It's unbelievable, yeah. It can be a bit of a hotbed of pressure. I think from the outside, that's the reputation it gets, that, you know, like, well, don't not do well because they'll start. But I really don't see it like that, to be honest. I feel like we have enough talented players. We can perform to the levels that, like tonight. You try and block it out as much as you can, but there's moments when, you know, they really lift you. I think we didn't particularly need it tonight, but the games like last year when we've come from behind, you wouldn't believe the push they give you, especially when you're down in games. And yeah, it's really impressive. It's a pleasure to play here, to be honest.
Jude, I have two questions, but first I wanted to say, I think what Micah was trying to say is that I would second that. I love what you always do for the team. You will put your ego on the side to do what's needed for the team, so I respect that a lot. Having said that, I wanted to talk about two players. Kylian, first, because I do think that now he does understand that position and be patient, and time is run at the right time, and when he does that, we all know that it's clinical. So I wanted to know what you think about that. And please, can you talk about Rodrigo? Because this guy, nobody talks about him, his work rate and his skills, what he does for the team. How is it to play with those two guys?
Firstly, Kylian, I think everyone knows what a special player he is. I think, you know, if that start of the season was difficult for him, you know, adjusting for a new team, incredible pressure, unimaginable for most players. And I think it was only a matter of time before he got started, and when the goals came, you know, it was always going to be, you know, just a different level of player. The confidence he has, you know, you give him the ball in any situation, he can make something of it. The speed, linking up with Vinny, it's really terrifying for most defenders to play against, I imagine. And Rodrigo, so underrated, you know. I think for me, he's probably the most talented and most gifted player in the squad. I think the things he can do with the football, you know, when we'll be messing around and he'll flick the ball up somehow, and you're like, how do you do that? You know what I mean? I'm trying to do it, twisting up my ankles and everything like that. And yeah, it's a pleasure to play with both of them. You know, you put them in positions where they can affect the games and they'll win it for you. I think Rodrigo, another thing to mention is he's the one who kind of sacrifices the most, really. I think it's clear that his favourite position is the left. I think it's important to note that, you know, he does a lot for the team as well, defensively on the right side, which isn't his favourite, but never complains, just gets on with it, and that's the way we have to continue, you know.
That's nice to see. No,
yes.
Really.
It is, for sure. Round of 16 is obviously next. You've got the draw coming up on Friday. It'll either be Atletico or Leverkusen. Just as like neutrals, I guess, so to speak. A Madrid derby would feel good.
Yeah, it'd be nice. be a nice atmosphere. Obviously, we dropped points to them both times in the league, so it'd be nice to have that one back. The atmospheres will be incredible here and away from home. But obviously, Leverkusen as well in great form, playing amazing football last season, this season as well. Some amazing players. So whoever we get, we've got to be ready. We've got to be bring it like we did today.